Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lance Fantasy Gaming. I know people want to hear my opinion for one D&D, what I think about it, but if they also see what I like about it. I read through 21 pages. I can retain so much in a short period of time, so I am not going to talk about the critical and the natural failures and the skill bonus, the feat, the race, all that. There's plenty of YouTuber that does that as well. I'll just give you like a brief overview of it. I'm not for one D, and I may be inclined of getting one D&D. The problem is price for one D&D because we know they bought D Beyond and they're going to do a subscription based program for this situation as well, and they're competing against other based applications and sites like Hero Lab, Roll20, and we have other free ones that you can actually use for making creature creations and so forth as well. Uh, Problem with one D&D I see is probably going to be in a digital disaster, in my opinion. I think people are going to move to somewhere else to do their character creations, or they use tabletop fantasy on Steam. You can buy it once, and you could have a whole range of 3D module of a dungeon base and creation following as well. So there's a lot of cheaper option. There's a lot of free option. For Roll20, I only pay $6 a month for the people to play my game because the DM only plays for a once a month for other players that can join for free to play, or they could donate like $1 to a DM to cover that cost in general as well. What I see one DD is they probably want subscription based for each individual people, and that probably throw DM off, and probably players off as well. This is why I more for like physical books because I do buy them, and only players only need the basic three core rule book. The DMs bought all the modules and the core rule books, the campaign book, the adventure guides, and so forth as well, because we're the one that actually makes the story for it, and we actually one that spend the hours to prepare for these games for it as well. I'm not a huge fan of 5e. And I tried fourth edition. I did not like it as well. I started from 3.5. Then I did second edition because my dad played second edition, and I have majority of his books. And I gotta go raid his house again up in the attic and steal the rest of his second edition book, plus his magic card and his comic book. Yes, Dad, I'm coming for you. Your eldest son, your lazy freeloading of a son is gonna come and take all your crap. But other than that, yeah, because 3.5 the successor for second edition, and 3.5 has more of a freedom of creation as well. You can use feet where it's actually readily available for you to use. But like fifth edition came around, no one really picked feet. They usually use the points for attribute instead. That was the one main thing that was probably like a downsell. That's why one D&D is trying to have people to use feats and feats based to to prop up their background. I think the background is a total bullshit in my opinion. I don't like backgrounds. I don't like backgrounds in 5e. I want the character to make a background of their character, and like one to every 3 levels, get a feat. Every 4 levels, you get an attribute, like 3.5 did. But you basically taking a lot of creativity from the DM and the players that I see more of one D&D. And like, here, we got this for you. We want you to follow this to the T. So I'm basically, if we do go to one D&D, that's not really the successor of fifth edition. How I'm looking at it right now, I'm gonna homebrew the shit out of one D&D. I gotta. homebrew. The monster's going to have crit and failures. I don't give a fuck what other people says. Monsters will have crit hit. Players will not have a natural 20 critical on a skill base. I think that's bogus and retarded. Uh, because in my opinion, it's like if you're gonna lock pick a door that we don't want them to lock pick, we're just gonna put like a higher DC or like, no, you can roll it. You don't open it like if you had 20 of critical, natural 20 critical for a open lock picker. Like, oh, it looks like you opened it. No, that's not gonna happen. For that matter, because I am basically I am how I'm seeing it. About 70% of the rules on one D&D will have to be revamped to my standard of playing. Every DM or GM DMs differently. Everyone has a pushover DM. Everyone has a strict DM. Everyone have a fun DM. I'm mostly between strict and fun in between because I have a lot of leeways in certain things as well, but I like to have fun. I'm also strict too because I want them to do a little logical sense. I don't do beginner D&D. I do advanced D&D. Like, you must have. I don't mind new players join, but you probably gonna get killed off very quickly. Because I don't care if your character dies. I don't care if your character lives. I want you to play and have fun. That's my main goal. I'm not going to feel guilty if I kill your character when you just created it within 10, 20, 30 minutes. That's not the point. It is you learn from your experience and you learn more for it. I have a lot of players that buy these books that don't freaking read it. And I tell them to go look it up in Google. Go read it. Go look at your books because I could tell you, but you're not going to learn. So I'm one of those DMs that's kind of strict. Like, if you're going to have to find it out, then I'm going to pass you and let other people play because I gave you like a small homework. Know the basic combat, know your player race and your class. That's all I ask for. If you don't know even your class or if you have any kind of like, what's this word mean? What does this spell kind of mean when you read it out? And I'll explain it. That's simple. People have different interpretation from basic, written language. But other than that, yeah, and Wizard is becoming more and more woke in a point. Like, they are making like orcs like like more, forgivable with other races, what the orcs have done back then. No, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm gonna play the orcs how I imagine the orcs should be. I don't really care what other people say at the same time. But the 3D modeling for the dungeon and stuff that one D&D is basically promoting most on Unreal Engine, I believe that's gonna fail. I think people are going to use it for that people actually bought a module for that, for like an adventure module for that. But other than that, I don't know if just one person, buys it, then other players can jump for free, or each player has to buy it just to play the damn thing. If that's the case, it's going to fail because you pay the module adventure for it. Then you pay the subscription base for it. So you just try to take as much money as possible that I'm seeing right now how this all works. We're paying subscription base. If you're paying subscription base, we should have all the books. In my opinion, all the new books, stuff like that, PDF, whatever. You should be getting those books. And I don't like how Wizard is double dipping on physical book and PDF book. They should be just one price, and you get the code with the book. I think that would be a hell of a lot easier. There is nothing that, if you're going to double dip, I'm not going to buy the PDF. I'm going to buy the physical book for it. So I think Wizard is double dipping. So there's a lot of problems. It is, if the people don't have the wallet and people can find a cheaper and alternative way to play the game, they will find a cheaper alternative way to play the game. Uh, you know, like I said, the DMs could just go back to playing second edition, 3.5, fifth edition, stuff like that. We have the books. We can play sites online across other people for free, or use tabletop fantasy and build your module. Everyone pays like $15-$20, and that's it. The DM could that makes the world extra DLC pack every so often for very cheap, but it's there. Selling a subscription base, double dipping with the books and the PDF, and they're competing against a whole bunch of other people. And the problem is, I don't think Wizards going to get the cut or the idea that they think they're going to get. Because Magic is basically failing, in my opinion, because I don't want to buy the box set anymore. There is no value in it. If you keep posting more and more box sets for it, the people that actually buys it that don't have money because you just, month ago I just bought this set. Now next month you gotta buy this set. No one's gonna go and buy the actual box set. I'll probably buy a booster here and there. That's pretty much it. But and then every time the value goes up, within 2 weeks the value will dramatically down. So there's no value in it to invest in these cards for it. I have the Warhammer set pre-ordered for next month. I'm not going to open that commander. I'm going to leave it sealed. I know it's going to worth money. It's going to be a limited run of those. But but I don't know. It might just drop in price because they just don't print so many of those damn things. Wizard, you need to fix your shit. You need to think logistically and who actually buys your product. And right now, even though Biden says pandemic's over, we still have COVID stuff. People still don't have jobs. People are getting paid very little for nothing, and it is that state that we're in right now, and it really sucks, in my opinion. So this is basically a negative for me for onednd. We will see. We'll see in a couple months, year or two when it comes out. I'll tell you this right now. It's not going to be 5th edition. They're not going to be like upscale of 5th edition. It's going to be a whole brand new edition like they did the previous edition. What they say. Everything's backwards compatible if you put the time and effort in it. But other than that, it's another edition. It's basically a 6th edition, but it's calling it onednd. And later on, several years later, they're going to change that again. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave it down in the comments. Try like and share. Check out our Patreon page. This week we'll be releasing the NSFW a bust painting there. Then yeah, if you want to come person more, join us for down link as well. See you guys. Have a great day. Bye.